Okay, if you have been feeling the storm this week, literally and energetically, you are not making it up. And we're not just talking about the sky, okay? We're talking about your systems, your thoughts, your frequency. Because this wasn't just a solar event, this was a galactic override. And the geomagnetic storm this week, it was not random, and this was actually a timeline interference pattern designed to collapse the distortion grids, interrupt the delay frequencies, and actually fast track the embodiment of higher identity templates across the planet. And you probably have been and are going to keep hearing that word identity, because this is what this is bringing up: who we were, the attachments to the old world, and the masks and the false masks that we were wearing, which were being shed last year through 2025. And that was the initiation into the true identity of who you be and who you are, that is going to support your next layer of evolution in this lifetime. So energetically, the sun has been releasing these plasma light codes. And when the sun does this, you can find all of the scientific explanations here on YouTube. Cool. I'm talking about the energetic process of what just happens, which is more than just heat, okay? The sun was releasing light codes that awaken and disrupt and rewire, and this has actually been a grid reset for the earth, for your body. It's been like this biological software update, and almost like this clarity bomb for your soul. It's like, oh my god, looking back, I can never be that person again, or I can never allow that into my life again. It's that kind of vibe, and this has really been designed to unhook you from those old mental loops and soften those ego-based control patterns and bring unconscious soul grief to the surface. Let me know if you've been feeling that this week. I know I have. And really force the truth to become visible in every area of your life. Okay, this is like, you could liken it to a solar soul surgery. Now, how has this been making you feel in the body? You may have been experiencing one or all of these, headaches or pressure, dizziness or lightheadedness, exhaustion, like exhaustion, a nervous system buzzing, or a sense of being like really wired. I know that was my experience this week, was this real feeling of like a deep fatigue, and grief. And I knew it wasn't like sad grief, depression sort of thing. It was like deep grief that almost felt good to feel. Let me know if that makes sense. So, along with those waves of grief, you might have been experiencing euphoria. Cool. You might have been sensing like I just said, you're really done with those old patterns. It's like, it's done. No more shall I allow, right? And this heightened sensitivity, real heightened sensitivity to sound, to people, to emotions, and my Sasquatch guide Cosmo is going to actually bring through a message around that. I'm actually going to turn this volume down because I don't know if it's going to be loud, too loud. Now, in the mind, you may have been experiencing a mental fog, like a deep mental fog. You may have been just finding it difficult to focus on things, okay, and really sit with things. A part of this, what you here call that void space, that liminal space, is when you've outgrown your own narrative, and the next version of you, it's there, it's available, it hasn't quite landed and embodied yet. And this is where we get a bit of foggy thinking. Through this real separation from the old, new hasn't landed, and then it creates this disinterest in the old world, but you're actually not sure where you're landing next yet. Okay, now in the field, and actually Cosmo speaks about this, is we're going to be experiencing higher levels of telepathy. I know that has been true for me, especially this week. I'll be thinking something and my husband will practically respond without even knowing he's responded to my thoughts. My son does the same thing. My daughter, same thing. My parents. This is what is happening, and this is really going to allow us to see through people, systems, and energies with such precision. You're just going to know what's true. What is truth? Okay, you're gonna have these sudden intuitive leaps now, visions, dreams, downloads, all the things, and this real surge of desire to clear and create and speak, or even disappear. You may be one of the ones being called into deep stillness and a simple life. It's all perfect. Now, spiritually, when we look at this spiritually, this is an ascension aligned event. This solar storm this week. It's part of a broader soul awakening cycle that is syncing your body with the higher earth and galactic templates, which is so beautiful. The veils just keep on thinning, the timelines just keep on accelerating, and the field is responding to our internal coherence and resonance and frequency, your identity, right? So you're really being invited right now to drop the story loops, exit those inner negotiations, and anchor your next level identity as if it's already true, because in quantum time it already is, okay? So what can we expect beyond this storm period now? There's going to be a stabilization of your next level bandwidth. In human terms, you might hear this as like identity stabilization, frequency stabilization. Okay, there's going to be a new and deeper clarity around what is no longer going to be allowed into your life, what is no longer resonating, but you're not going to feel guilty about that. It's just going to be, yep, that's true for me. That's the way. Okay. This heightened field sensitivity, and again, Cosmo's going to speak about that, and the need for resonance-only environments, okay? So you can expect to just naturally fall away from people or groups or organizations or workplaces and all the things, okay? Okay, what else? So that's going to be it for this piece. I'm going to bring in Cosmo's message, but just know that whatever this brought up for you this week, this storm, it wasn't chaos. It was actually this coded convergence energy and a soul agreement. We all agreed to these ascension events before we incarnated, okay? So this was a soul level agreement to dissolve the old ways and any delay as well. So that is that. I did want to talk about... Yeah, okay, so we're going to bring Cosmo's message through. Before I do that, I just want to let you know there is a part of you that already knows all of this, okay? The you, I should say. The you who channels truth before it's even spoken, and you are either aware of this or you're doing it without being aware that you're doing this, okay? The you who's not here to borrow someone else's guidance, but to really become the voice of your own sacred intelligence. And right now, with the veil this thin, and with the truth moving like this fast, the ability to access your own channel, it's not a luxury. This is a requirement for soul-led living. Now, a sacred channel is a self-paced portal designed to reconnect you with that part of you that already knows how to see and feel and speak and serve from source. And it's not about being psychic, okay? This is about clearing the interference, stabilizing your own signal, and remembering how to transmit the divine in real time. So if you feel at all like maybe your intuition went quiet towards the end of last year, that was a key. If you feel like you are desiring or waiting for clearer guidance, or you're craving a deeper relationship with your multidimensional self and your guides, then Sacred Channel will bring you home. The link to that is below. So let's get into Cosmo's message here, and that is that this was actually an ascension test. I'm not fond of the word test because that gives me the illusion that there's a fail or a pass to it, but that this is just the language that he used. This was an ascension test event to assess how the humans are able to handle such frequencies. Over the last few years, we've been sending these light frequencies to prepare and assimilate the human body for what is next, so for what is to come. Whew. You may have noticed these energies ramping up. Certainly have. The full moons feel stronger. You feel more affected by the solar events, the astrological events, and so on. And you know, he referenced to we wouldn't have felt all of this the way we do now like 10 years ago. Okay, so it's actually a good sign. Your extra senses are activating and coming fully online, and that is why some of you may be feeling extra extra sensitive to literally everything. And this is beauty in motion, he said. That was the term he used, beauty in motion, which I found really interesting. For as the collective, humanity are the beings who feel the most deeply. Okay? Though this can feel like a curse at times, it is a monumental blessing. And in actually many other beings in your solar system and from other dimensions either come to witness these beautiful codes of love humanity holds, or they choose to incarnate to experience this directly. For there is no match in all of existence so this was the example he brought in, for what a mother and father can feel for a child, apart from God. So that's the kind of love God holds for us. And I just use the word God because it's easy. Whatever word you want to use, okay? Now, therefore, as a spark of God, you are re-experiencing the love God has for you through your own children and likewise, okay? So this is why when you experience conditional love, rejection or abandonment, you can feel that emotional emptiness. This is only because you have forgotten what God's love feels like, okay? There is only separation or oneness, connection and unity, which heals. So let me say that again. There is only separation, or there is the connection. The other word you can use for connection is oneness or unity, right? And what he was saying was the oneness, connection, unity vibration heals the wounds of the forgetting. And it's that forgetting and that emptiness that actually lead many people through, like for myself, drug addiction. Okay. For it is through connection with others you remember yourself as they are the same. God, okay? You. But just experiencing the self in another form. Now, when humans remember this core truth, you will see the end of violence, hatred, bullying, judgment, and war. And so you see, this Ascension event is a timely welcome to humans, as you are in fact embodying more truth, which is compassion. Okay, a truth code, he actually said. So you're embodying more truth codes, one of the biggest ones being compassion. And we're actually seeing more and more humans that are done with the old way and ready for peace on earth. And yes, this is available. And yes, this is happening. And yes, you will now notice more and more and more and more people no longer tolerating the energies and frequencies that feel separate from God's love. And what's going to happen there is the more we be it and witness it, the more our own reality is going to find and create experiences like that. Like, oh my God, that person is so nice. Oh my God, that person is so nice. They were so kind to me. I want to be kind like that, right? And then this beautiful overflow effect spreads through the planet, and that's how we shift the entire collective experience, okay? One person at a time, creating those beautiful ripples across the planet. So if this message landed with you today, let me know below. I'm sending you so much love, and I'll see you next week. Mwah. Bye.